Hey loves, welcome back to the channel. Today we're getting into something that's been on my mind, and honestly, I know a lot of you have been thinking it too. Let's talk about the Row sample sale, but really, let's talk about what it represents, this shift in fashion where quality basics, the kind of pieces that used to just be good clothes, are now treated like luxury artifacts. Because somewhere along the way, we went from being able to buy a thick winter sweater that lasted for years to paying hundreds for a paper-thin tee that's premium cotton. It's not just about the Row, it's about what's happening to fashion right now. So, get cozy, and let's unpack why the idea of good quality has become a luxury category of its own. First, the problem. When basics became luxury, let's start with the reality check. 10 years ago, you could walk into a mid-range retailer, J. Crew, H&M, even Banana Republic, and find solid pieces that actually lasted. The knitwear was soft but durable, jeans held their shape, and a good white tee wasn't see-through. Fast forward to now, and even high street basics feel disposable. The fabrics are thinner, the cuts cheaper, and the prices higher. And a big part of that shift came with online shopping and the rise of fashion apps. When everything became a scroll away, the focus quietly shifted from quality to quantity. We started buying clothes through screens, photos, filters, and styling tricks became the selling point. It wasn't about touching the fabric or feeling the weight of a sweater anymore. It was about how it looked in a 2-second thumbnail. Fast fashion brands mastered that game. They learned how to make something look premium online while cutting corners in real life. And once that became the standard, fast, trendy, affordable, even mid-tier brands followed suit to keep up. Quality wasn't the goal anymore. Speed and volume were. The result? A generation of shoppers conditioned to expect newness, not longevity. We refresh our carts instead of our closets. And in that cycle, the true idea of what makes clothing good slowly disappeared. Meanwhile, brands like The Row, who are doing it right, have stepped in to fill the quality gap. But they're charging thousands for what used to be essentially wardrobe staples. And that's where it stings. Because yes, The Row makes exquisite clothes. Their attention to fabric, proportion, and construction is unmatched. But the fact that that level of quality now only exists in the luxury space, that says something bigger about the state of fashion today. Now let's focus on the shift. From accessible quality to manufactured luxury, there used to be a middle ground accessible quality. You could buy clothes that felt special without needing to justify them as an investment. But as production costs rose and fast fashion exploded, that middle ground disappeared. Brands started cutting corners on fabric and craftsmanship to stay competitive. And the result? A whole generation of consumers who've never experienced what truly good quality feels like. Now, when a brand does prioritize construction like The Row or Loro Piana, it's marketed as this rarefied luxury, something exclusive rather than essential. And it's wild, because it's not that we suddenly got pickier, it's that the industry collectively lowered the bar and called it modern. Part of this shift also has to do with fabric, especially the rise of polyester. What used to be natural fibers like cotton, wool, silk, or linen have been replaced by synthetics because they're cheaper, easier to produce in bulk, and can mimic almost any texture. But here's the catch. Polyester doesn't wear the same way. It doesn't breathe, it pills, and it rarely ages gracefully. We traded the tactile beauty of natural fibers for convenience and cost efficiency, and over time, that changed how we think clothes are supposed to feel. When the industry normalized synthetics, it also normalized disposability. Polyester made it possible to churn out thousands of pieces quickly, and that speed reshaped our expectations as consumers. We got used to the idea that clothing should be new every few weeks, not something that lasts for seasons. And because of that, quality slowly stopped being a standard, it became a luxury feature. So now, when we touch something that's genuinely well-made, a dense cotton knit, a heavy wool coat, a silk blouse that drapes perfectly, it feels foreign, almost indulgent. But really, that used to be the norm. The Row isn't redefining quality. They're preserving it. The rest of the industry just forgot what that standard used to be. So let's get to the truth. People are craving longevity. Again, here's what I think: we're in a moment of realization. people are starting to see through the noise of constant trends and micro-seasons. There's a growing fatigue around clothes that look great for a week but fall apart after a wash. And now, more than ever, there's this craving for things that last, for pieces that hold shape, softness, and meaning over time. We're seeing that shift everywhere, from the resurgence of vintage shopping and secondhand markets to the popularity of capsule wardrobes and slow fashion brands. People are realizing that sustainability isn't just about recycled fabrics or buzzwords. It's about longevity. It's about caring for your clothes, understanding fabric, and buying fewer things that actually serve you. The appeal of the row isn't just the aesthetic, it's the philosophy. It represents a lifestyle built around restraint, intention, and craftsmanship. Minimalism, yes, but also mindfulness. It's luxury not because it screams wealth, but because it whispers quality, the kind of quality you can feel, not just see. And I think that's what people are responding to, that emotional pull toward something that feels familiar yet elevated. It's nostalgia for when clothes were built to last, reimagined for the modern world. We're not chasing trends anymore. We're chasing standards, because deep down, fashion lovers know longevity is the new status symbol. The ability to wear something season after season and still have it look and feel incredible, that's the real luxury now. And maybe this shift isn't just about fashion, it's about mindset. We've lived through years of overconsumption, endless scrolling, and trend fatigue. People are craving intention again in what they wear, how they shop, and even how they present themselves. Longevity, in that sense, isn't just about clothes. It's about lifestyle. It's about slowing down, choosing with purpose, and finding beauty in consistency. Because at the end of the day, true style isn't fast, it's lived in. Next is the real takeaway. The real price of quality. So maybe the question isn't, why is the row so expensive? Maybe it's, why did we let good quality become so rare that it now costs thousands? Fashion has always reflected culture, and right now it's reflecting our burnout with fast consumption. We don't just want new clothes, we want clothes that mean something. Pieces that last, that carry intention, that age with us. And honestly, we can't really blame the row for this. They're doing exactly what they've always set out to do, creating timeless, well-made pieces that embody quiet sophistication. The problem isn't that they're making luxury basics, it's that we, as consumers, started to see simplicity and quality as luxury because it's become so rare elsewhere. In a market flooded with fast, disposable trends, that kind of restraint and craftsmanship feels exclusive even though it shouldn't be. But with the way the economy is right now, we also have to be realistic. Most people can't or shouldn't spend thousands on a plain white tee, no matter how perfect the drape or cotton weight. So instead of shaming those prices or the people who buy them, maybe the real question is, why can't we get good quality at accessible levels anymore? Why are both online and retail stores offering clothes that feel thinner, cheaper, and less considered every year? It's time we start asking those questions, not just of luxury labels, but of the everyday brands we shop from, both online and in store. Because the real shift we need isn't about rejecting luxury. It's about demanding quality, transparency, and intention from everyone. And maybe, just maybe, that's where the next real movement in fashion is heading, back to quality, but this time with awareness. So tell me what you think is good quality, officially luxury now? Do you think there's still a way for craftsmanship to exist at an accessible level? Or is that era gone? Because honestly, I'm hoping we're at the start of something, a quiet reset in how we think about value and what fashion is supposed to feel like. If you loved this chat, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let's keep this conversation going in the comments. Until next time, stay chic, stay thoughtful, and remember, quality is always in style,